Hey guys, it's Victoria back with another video. Today we are going to be talking about changing your college major. So I have changed my college major 4 times, and I really hope that this video, if you're having thoughts about changing your major, I hope this video will help you make the right decision. So just a little background, I originally started in the life sciences college, I guess you can say. I was a biology major. That was my very first major. I thought that, I was going to go down like the medical track or be in the medical field. Most of it mostly came from the fact that my family really was, trying to push me to go down that route, which I was fine with it. It was mostly in high school when, the talk about what I'm going to do for a career would come up, and that was always just like the first choice. And I was pretty good at chemistry in high school, which I kind of thought, I actually enjoyed chemistry in high school. I thought it was a pretty fun class, but whenever I started, so I thought, why not give it a shot? Science seems okay with me, and how hard could it be? So when I started my first semester, I'm not sure if this is like the same for many other majors, but I've heard a lot of times that they offer like weed out kind of classes. And while like the first biology class I took seemed, I don't know if it was just the fact that I thought it was hard, but I definitely didn't feel interest in learning the subject as much as I thought I would. So I would go to class and just kind of go through the motions. And if this is currently like if you guys are just kind of going through the motions and like going to class, not really applying yourself to doing the homework, because I know that was a big factor for me. Like I just was not really applying myself. I couldn't feel motivated to study the work that we were doing or reading the chapters I'm supposed to be reading. So that was kind of like a first flag for me. Like maybe I shouldn't be in this field. I mean, if it's not very interesting to me. And that was just my biology class. I also had to take a chemistry class. So when I started this chemistry class, y'all, college chemistry is on a whole nother level from what I was doing in high school. And I felt like we were kind of set up to do more chemistry classes, even though I was a biology major. So just having to sit through a chemistry lecture, it was just like torture for me, and it was not even anything that I was interested in. So it made it very hard, and I would just kind of get through the day, go home, and try to like get my mind off of classes, off of school, which that's not a very good sign either. So if you're finding yourself just like trying to stay away from school or like your classes, maybe it's just not the right fit for you. Definitely look into changing your major. So the moment of truth came when it was time for our first exam in biology, and I think I made a D. Yeah, I made a D on that exam. I'm surprised I didn't even get an F. And that was just like a huge wake-up call for me. I know people get D's sometimes, and it's not really the end of the world, but for me that was a huge wake-up call, because I mostly got A's and B's in high school, and for me to get that in like my very first class that's supposed to be for my major, that just kind of was like my third strike, and I was like, you know what, maybe I shouldn't continue, and then my heart really wasn't in it. So after doing that, after receiving that grade, I decided to go speak with an advisor on campus and just kind of look at my options, you know, like what I should do. And before I did this, I talked to my boyfriend, who's my husband now, and I would just kind of tell him, like, you know, hey, I'm kind of going through a situation. I'm not sure if I want to continue to stick in this major. I just need more time to figure out what I want. And he was very supportive, you guys, like, and he was just like, no, like, you need to, you know, I know your family wants you to do certain career track, but this is your future, and you need to be able to stand up to say, you know, I'm going to be doing this is my future, and stick with it. So I took his advice, you guys, and it is some of the best advice that I have taken. And I completely just want to encourage y'all, if you're going through that yourselves and you're being like pressured, or you're just in a crossroads that, you know, like, for your, whether it's for your mental health, like if maybe it's too much of a burden or stress in what you're studying right now, and you just need a change, and it's not something that you originally considered, go for it, because it's going to be your future. And it's gonna be weird at first, but you'll slowly like start to see that you need to choose what you want for yourself, and you can't necessarily have someone else telling you what you need to be studying, because you guys are going to be investing a lot of money into your classes, and you want to make sure you're passing them. You're going to be basically doing this for a while, so it's probably better to be doing something that you know you're interested in. And so when I went to go talk to my counselor, they told me I could try taking up a class of my choice on campus. So I decided to really think, like, you know, what do I feel interested in doing? Because this whole time I was basically on the whole medical mentality, and I'm like, you know, maybe I want to do business. So I was thinking of taking a business class that was being offered, and so I took the class and I made a B, and I was so excited. I was like so happy, like something actually went right, and it felt right too. Like I didn't feel like I was kind of forcing myself to go through this rigorous, painful kind of process. And I was so excited. I was like, okay, this is it. This is absolutely what I want to do. I am switching from being a pre-med student, and I'm going to go into business. And I had to really talk to my mom about this too, and just like kind of let her know, you know, with the new direction I'm heading. And good thing, and fortunately enough, she supported me in what I wanted to do. And the time came for me to move. I moved states. I'm currently in North Texas now, and so the school that I attend at UT Arlington, my husband actually told me, you know, they have a great business program. Why don't you enroll yourself here? So whenever I moved out here, I got enrolled at UT Arlington, and I was still like a freshman, so I'm not exactly sure like what I wanted to declare just yet. So I just kind of went in as a marketing major, and there's so many majors in the business school. Marketing just kind of felt like something, I guess at the time I thought it was a good idea, because it would be kind of a general thing while I'm still trying to figure out exactly what I want to do in business. So comes around, I think it's about sophomore year, and so now I have become a marketing major in my new school. And I think I'm about in between like a freshman and a sophomore. So I know I have to declare officially my major very soon, so I'm just kind of keeping that in mind. So I went to advising for the new semester, and my advisor was trying to let me know hey, like, have you heard of double majoring in marketing and management? And my first thought was like, oh, no, because I have heard about double majoring, and I always just thought it would be too much for me. Like, I was just thinking in my head, like, it's just more work. And however, they actually told me if you guys like wanted to double major or just weren't sure about it, actually it's a lot different from what I thought. They actually just take out, like, I think some of your elective classes, and then just kind of switch it to where you still just have the same amount of classes. It's just they switch it out to where you can officially be called a double major because of the way like the credits or something works. But yeah, so after she told me that, I was like, oh, well, actually, you know what, let's go ahead and do it then, since that originally wasn't what I thought that meant. So I then became a marketing management major. So this was my, I think my third switch. So at this point, I actually, I was really excited, and I ended up talking to a friend that I ran into, and I asked her, I was like, hey, so like, what's your major? And she told me that she was in operations management, and I had not heard about this major because it was a new major on campus, but it got my attention, and I was just like, it kind of like, something just kind of like clicked. And I feel like it was just perfect timing because I was almost at the point now where I needed to, I was kind of getting closer to where I needed to declare a major. And up until this time, I was still kind of like, I'm not really sure, but you know, I feel like I'm going in the right direction. But I feel like God just kind of planned this whole path for me, and he made everything work out, because there's only maybe like 6 or 7, I think 10 at most, like 10 at most people in this new major called operations management, and you don't really hear about it as much. I think there's mostly like a lot of finance majors, accounting majors, and all that, like the ones that you hear about more. So it was really rare for me to really even hear about this new major that supposedly we had, and I had never heard of. And I was so excited, and as soon as she told me, I kind of like looked up, you know, the track, like the degree plans and all of that, and I was like, this is what I want to do. This is exactly what I want to do. And come time where I needed to officially declare my major as a junior, and I told my advisor, like, I'm going to be doing operations management, and now that is officially what I am. I am so happy, so excited for this new field. It's a growing field, and you know, if for anyone that has any doubts about what they're doing right now, whether you're coming like from, you know, like I did, like a completely different college, from science to business, or you're coming from like engineering to business, I mean, definitely make that switch if you're feeling like, you know, you're not really being motivated in what you're doing. You are still gonna have hard classes every now and then. That's just part of it, but it's different when you're actually in a hard class that is something that you are interested in a field that you're interested in. So I have changed my major 4 times. I was a biology major, and then I was a marketing major, and then I was a marketing management double major, and finally I am what I am now, which is operations and supply chain management major. I really hope that this video helps you guys, or helps anyone out there that is struggling through the decision of making a change. Changing your major is a huge change, but I feel that college is definitely the time where you start to learn, you know, you start to learn to make those choices, those hard choices on your own, and making this change just definitely might be the right one for you, like it was for me. I have no regrets, and it's amazing how many people that I have ran into that have came from many different majors and colleges, and they've, like, it's all about change. And you guys have those first 2 years. If you change your major and you decide that you don't like it, I mean, you can change back, but at least you tried it. And if you're currently going into a major that you're not sure of, I would say go into the major with, you know, an open mind. Definitely try to get your toes dipped in there and see and get a feel for it. But if you feel like, you know, it's not something that you want to do, then definitely change. At least you tried. At least you went there and you experienced it, and that way you still have time to decide, you know, what you want to do. And I just kind of want to also end this on the note that you maybe, for some people it might not be a big issue, but if you wait too late to change your major, sometimes, like, depending on your university, I think they might just kind of, you can still like take the courses that is required, but when you graduate, I think they'll probably put you like kind of under some general like university studies or some category like that, depending. I know I have classmates that, I've had a classmate that came over to business, who's majoring in what I'm doing, and she came from engineering, and however, like, the university just kind of put her in that kind of a category. So if that's something that matters to you, like that you want to graduate with, you know, the actual degree name on there of your major, it might be a good time to actually switch early on, so that way you're not waiting too late before you decide, you know what, I'm just gonna go ahead and switch. So if this video was helpful to you and it gave you any encouragement to make the change, go ahead and give me a comment down below, especially if you guys could relate to anything here that I've said today, or if you're thinking about changing your major, or if you did change your major, go ahead and let me know how that whole process is going, or how it went. Don't be afraid to make that switch. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed it or thought it was helpful, go ahead and give me a like and hit that subscribe button. If you aren't already following my channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and the post notification bell next to it to help me get to 1,000 subscribers. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you in my next video.